Hello everyone, I hope all is well and welcome back to Ejima. Can't be an extra. But anyways, in today's video, I am going to be talking about what I wish I knew before moving to Charlotte, North Carolina, part 2. So if you haven't watched part 1, you need to go back. This is almost a year ago. I think I released this video in November of 2020, one of our highest viewed videos. It was very just off the whim. I just said, okay, let me talk about some things I wish I knew before moving. And it just got a lot of traction. I mean, a lot of people loved it. A lot of people got offended, saying that I'm talking badly about Charlotte. And I just think it's just so interesting that people expect people to love everything about a place. No place is perfect. I say it over and over again. And the things I'm going to list are not necessarily negative aspects of Charlotte, North Carolina. They're just things I wish I knew or things I wasn't really aware of, right? Because people say, oh, you're supposed to do your research. You should know this, you should know that. Granted, that's right, but there's certain things you're just not thinking about when you move somewhere else. There's certain things that, are not really on your mind. They're the basic things like maybe cost of living, can I find a job, like affordability, basically cost of living, same thing. Yeah. Social life, but there's some things that I've just realized throughout my move while living here. There's just some things you're never going to really understand until you move somewhere. So anyway, I digress. So the number one thing I wish I knew before moving to Charlotte, North Carolina is that it rains so much. Yeah, so for, like I mentioned this in a few of my previous videos, for people that really want like dry climate, I wouldn't recommend Charlotte. It rains a lot. That was something I was not expecting, and I don't really care for the rain, but it's not too bad. Summer got much better, but yeah, rain, a lot of pollen. So for people with allergies, like I don't have real allergies, like I start sneezing and coughing and whatnot, or getting itchy eyes. But ever since, like me, my sister, my mother, we can't walk outside without taking allergy medicine. It's really weird. So I tried once while I was here to just like walk down in Uptown. Like usually when I was in New Jersey, I only would have to take the medicine if I was going up and down hills. But here, just walking throughout Uptown, one day I tried not taking medicine. Literally, I wanted to cry. Like I had to like run home, literally. Like I was so uncomfortable. I was itching all over. So yeah, the pollen thing is real. Okay, another thing I wish I knew was that the food. I don't know, y'all can come for me in the comment section if y'all want. I'm ready for y'all. I expected the food to be much better. I'm kind of a foodie. I'm a foodie, but I'm always trying to watch my weight. So I feel like I really can't call myself a true foodie because I feel like a true foodie doesn't have restrictions. They can kind of eat what they want. They eat whatever they see. I'm not like that. But surprisingly, I've gained weight. In the last year, I've gained about 10 pounds. We're not going to talk about it. But the food is nothing special. Like I never really eat food. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's so good, or that's hitting. Oh my God, that's amazing. And like these places I'm talking about, you go online, they'll have like 4.4 ratings on Google, 4.5, 4.6, Like I just feel like the food isn't that special. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. And also not even just about the taste. It's just so expensive. Like from New Jersey, like you can go buy Chinese food for like $6, $7. If you want, that's the only type of like fast food I really ate once in a while. I'll get my brown rice or my shrimp and broccoli, trying to be fake healthy, even though I know it's still Chinese food. But here it's just like every time you go and buy a meal, it's like at least like $15. I'm just like, what? Like you guys don't have like I've started going to like Kava. I like Kava. You can get a meal with like $10. Of course, places like Chipotle, with $10, but I'm not really into like the fast food, like McDonald's, Burger King, those type of places. Like I want real food. I'm the type of person, like if I didn't eat rice, I'd feel like I didn't really eat anything. I know that's kind of ignorant, but yeah. So Kava is pretty good. I like them. But just in general, like all these places, you want to go to Flower Child, you want to go here, you want to go here, and just get a nice healthy meal. It's like $15 minimum. It's like, how are you guys spending $15 each time you have a meal? There's like $20 Thai the other day, $17, almost $20 for one meal. So what I've started doing is kind of getting like family meals, even though I'm by myself. Like Viva Chicken, every Thursday they have a Bruno's, Bruno's Chicken Day, and like a family meal is $20. And that family meal is supposed to be for a family, but like for me, it will last me like 3 meals. So $20 divided by 3, so that's like $7 a meal, 6 something. That's reasonable. You know what I mean? Like end of the day, like, we gotta economize. Like, yes, I like nice things, so I can't spend my money all on food. Like, yeah, grocery shopping even. That's another thing. When I sometimes talk to my coworkers at work and they're telling me how much they spend on groceries and they're like with a family, they're complaining. I'm just like, that's it? That's all? Like, that's so cheap. They're like, how much do you spend? I'm like, I'm doing something wrong. Even like yesterday, my coworker's like, where do you do your grocery shopping? I was like, usually Whole Foods and Costco. Oh, your money long. I was like, what are you trying to say? What you mean my money is long? It's not long. Tell me, am I doing something wrong? So she mentioned I should try Aldi. I've never been to Aldi before. Let me know in the comment section if y'all have. Trader Joe's can be expensive. I've went there a couple of times, but I feel like they could be a bit pricey. But they're good if you like snacks. They have a lot of affordable snacks. Costco isn't bad. Like, I grew up going to Costco. My mother's like a Costco fanatic. I don't go there often, maybe once every 1 to 2 months, but they do have a lot of good bulk items, especially if you want to eat organic. Like, I don't see where you're gonna get organic meat cheaper than Costco. Organic spinach, organic vegetables, like, and then they have sales. So you have to go when they have the coupon book out, and you go, and I feel like Costco is very affordable. You wanna get your toilet roll, you wanna get your tissue paper on sale, you wanna get my Dove soap from there. Like, cause not some, it's really big for families. I get them going more often, but I don't see how Costco's expensive. I've tried Harris Teeter. You could clip coupons every week. They have their like online coupons, and they have some few good stuff. So they're in my rotation. I would say like top 2 Whole Foods, Costco, and let's say Harris Teeter. I rotate between those because I like to grocery shop once every 2 weeks. I buy in bulk. I keep it moving. I can't go to the grocery store every second. Plan ahead. But yeah, I just feel like in general, the food here is not that special and it's expensive. So that's one thing. Another thing I wish I knew is I feel like I haven't really found the Nigerian scene yet, and I know it's here. People tell me that it's here. It's just, obviously it's not going to be in the area that I live in. But for some people that may be a deterrent. Like, I didn't really care that much for going somewhere with like a huge Nigerian population. But I could say it's not comparable to New Jersey, at least from my little experience. Like, I feel like, if you do the research, I believe New Jersey is one of the top states with a Nigerian population. But down here, it just seems like I don't really meet Nigerians like that. I don't really see them that often. Like, I know they're here, but we don't have like something. I feel like there's what brings them together. Like, where do the Nigerians go? In certain states, they have like the UIU. That's specifically for Igbo people, but like they have that. So, they have meetings and they have events. UIU Charlotte chapter doesn't exist as far as my knowledge. Like, being in Jersey, we had so many like organizations, so many things going on, so many a lot of little restaurants here and there. Like, it wasn't anything like crazy, but I feel like there was a really large Nigerian population. I don't think Charlotte measured up compared to like northern New Jersey where I was from. But again, Charlotte's only one part of North Carolina, so they had just been dispersed within different parts. But I feel like that's one thing. Someone let me know if I'm wrong or right in the comment section. I don't really feel like there's that many Nigerians. Another thing I wish I knew before moving to Charlotte, North Carolina is, I guess about the housing market, but I'm not looking to buy anytime soon, but like I always tell people, it's definitely more affordable than the part of New Jersey I came from, but it's not as cheap as some people may think. Like, my coworker was telling me about her son bought a house like a few years ago that was 300-something thousand. Now they're selling a house on the same street for 500 something. So it might even shock some people that, oh my God, a house there could be that much. Like, yes. So it's a lot of competition. A lot of people are moving down here. So a lot of people are competing for the same houses. But I do like the fact that it's common here that you can build your house from scratch. And I think that's something I would like to do eventually whenever I get a house. If I ever get a house, I would like to build it from scratch. And down here, it's like a common thing. So I do like that. Another thing I wish I knew was how dog friendly Charlotte, North Carolina is. Yes, again, don't come at me. No one's thinking about that when they're moving. At least I wasn't. I'm not a dog friendly person, but you guys would be so proud of me. This week in the elevator, oh my goodness, this guy was there. He had his dog, and I like literally walked in. I just told him, I was like, I'm so proud of myself. A year ago, I would never be able to do this. He's like, yeah, my dog is nice. My dog is friendly. I'm like thinking like, anyway, I need to get to work, and I'm not waiting for the next elevator because I don't want to be late. Like, I literally just walked in with his dog, whatever, looked up, whatever, moved. The old Nnena, never. I would have been like, and I would have like screamed probably, and I would have waited for the next elevator. I would have been late to work. It's just something, eventually I'm getting over it. You get used to it. It's not like, I wouldn't want to see like any stray dogs running up and down chasing me. No, that's terrifying. But I'm more of I just don't like being surprised by dogs. I think that's my big thing. Like, I don't like being like, like a dog scaring me. I don't like that. It's just a big animal. Like, I don't like that. But even if you're around my neighborhood, you want to take walks, you want to like, your dogs are going to be in your face. Like you're making way for dogs everywhere. Like it's super dog friendly, super soft. I don't know if someone that's really terrified of dogs, I don't know if this is a place you'd want to be. I'm just being honest. And I'm in one of the few dog free apartments, but recently they have started allowing dogs. So that was kind of annoying at first, but now I don't even think about it because I don't really see too many, so I'm still happy about that. Another thing I wish I knew before moving to Charlotte, North Carolina is CLT Airport. And I've mentioned this in one of my previous videos. Yes, there's some things you have heard before, but I realized not everyone, some people are new to the film and they haven't watched all my previous videos. Oh my goodness. The airport. Sigh. Oh my goodness. I didn't know what I had when I was living in northern New Jersey, with Newark Airport about 20 minutes away from me. The flights here, they do a lot, like it's American, I guess is the hub. This is the hub for American. They just don't have the selection. They only have a few flights and a lot of times it can be very expensive. Depends where you want to go. Like if I want to go to like it's cheaper for my sister to fly from Jersey to like Houston than me. Does that make sense? It's cheaper for her to fly to Atlanta than me. I get it, Atlanta's only about a 45-minute flight, so maybe that's part of the reason, I don't know. But just the flight prices, the flight availability is not even comparable. Like I don't think that would have stopped me from moving here, but I didn't even think of that. I never thought of, oh, let me search and see if Charlotte Airport has a lot of flights. I don't really care. Like I was like, whatever. But when you're trying to do international flight travel, it can be frustrating. I think COVID has made it a little worse because obviously everywhere they're cutting the flights a bit. But there's options. I wouldn't say it's terrible, but it's just you can't compare it to EWR, like being in that area. And at least I hardly had to go to JFK, and at least even if you couldn't find something from EWR, JFK is only like an hour away. But here people are like, oh well, you can go to Atlanta 3.5 hours. I don't want to drive 3.5 hours for a flight. Like, is it really that serious? Yeah. So yeah, some flights will take you to Atlanta. Like some of the flights I saw, like to Nigeria, like it's a straight flight with Delta to Atlanta, then Atlanta you go straight to Nigeria. Like I don't mind something like that because it's still like saves me a lot of time. But then that whole having to stop twice, like I mentioned, like going to Kenya, I was supposed to go straight to London with American. They canceled that flight. So because I wanted to go so bad, I had to go from Charlotte to Newark to Germany to Nairobi. I'm not doing that again. That whole 2 stops. I do not want to stop twice to go anywhere. The most I want to do is stop once. If I can, I want to go direct, but trying to go places direct from here internationally, maybe outside of Europe, it's just not really realistic. But yeah, one of the last thing I want to say, one thing I wish I knew, I didn't really look into the crime when I moved because I'm just like, crime is everywhere and I don't want to get paranoid. And I feel like it just with Charlotte, like, there's always something on the news, a child is getting shot, this is happening. But I try to stay away from the news because the news just is really negative, focuses on the bad things. And I don't want to sound like I'm not being realistic or running away from the truth. But like where I came from, neighboring cities, things were happening all the time, but the different neighboring towns and cities, but the difference that I wasn't living there. But when you hear about things happening actually in where you live, but then you remember Charlotte is so big. So like a lot of the crime you see happening, usually, not always, usually is happening in the same type of areas. So you have to just really be careful with the areas that you live in. Like we made a video of some of the worst neighborhoods in Charlotte and people are commenting, oh, this doesn't look that bad. You guys have to understand, Charlotte is not New York. Like it's not this, like the hoods here don't really look that bad. There's a lot of foliage, there's a lot of trees. Everywhere looks kind of nice, to be honest. But trust and believe, any of those areas that we mentioned, go there for yourself. Go try to get an apartment there. Go walk around there and tell me that you want to live there. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, I always say I'm not a Charlotte expert. I haven't been here that long, but specifically on those areas in the videos I work in, no one has to tell me that is not a safe area. I would not advise anyone to live in that area. So don't be deceived because you see some trees and you see the sun is out. No, these hoods look different. Like it's like the way the hoods work, I can't even tell you like, oh, specifically this. I'm not explaining. New Jersey was easier. Like there's a whole city we would say, oh, that's the hood. This whole city's the hood. There's no really nice part of that hood. And it was a whole town. But here, Charlotte is the city. So I can't tell you Charlotte is the hood. They're gonna be specific neighborhoods that are the hood. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the point I keep trying to explain. And it seems like like it's hard to explain, like it's just different. But trust me, I know what I'm talking about. You do not want to live in any of those places. If you like, go check it out for yourself. At the end of the day, crime can happen anywhere. Bad things can happen even in Ballantyne or Myers Park or Piper Glen. Bad things can happen in these neighborhoods, but is that the typical thing you see on the news? No. So that's the point. And ultimately, what I wish I knew before moving to Charlotte, the mistake I made, I would advise anyone, I made my lease a 12-month lease, so it ended in August, just because I was so nervous, and it could have been 15 for the same rate. Never allow your lease to end in the summer. I wish I knew that before moving. So if you have a lease, always try to make it end, I think I mentioned this before, but like November through February, specifically if you can, December, January, that is allegedly the best time to move, because they're trying to rent out all the apartments. You're going to get the lowest rate. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Some things I wish I knew before moving to Charlotte, North Carolina, part 2. So this is the update about a year later after I've been here. So I've been here for a while. I feel like I have more knowledge and more experience. But let me know, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.